let us get ready for the tarot reading for the week ahead. We're going to do August 18th through the 24th. So let's begin shuffling and do it here. Okay, we have our nice crystals there, ready to go. Let's begin shuffling here. So what we're going to do first, we're going to ask for the beginning of this week. What does the beginning of this week hold for us? Let's ask and let's get a very clear answer. What does the beginning of this week hold? No. Hang on. This one. No. That's a shuffle. That's shuffle. Sometimes, you just got to shuffle and then something may come out here. I'm actually getting to just draw cards for this one. Let's just draw the cards for this one. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. Okay, so this is going to be for the beginning of the week. What do we have? What is going on here? Now we're going to ask about the middle to the end of this week ahead. What shall we see? What do we need to know? What do we need to be mindful of? And then for the weekend ahead, what's going to happen this weekend? There we go. Let me center everything. There we go. This weekend. What does this weekend hold? What do we need to know? Okay. All right. So let's see now. We have 3 cards here for the week, the beginning of the week. Oh gosh, the Tower cards. What we got first? The Tower does not necessarily have to be bad, but as you can see, it is something that is destroyed, destruction. Now, this could be the end of something, but much like the Death card, it doesn't have to mean that it is a bad end to something, but it could feel like it. It could feel like it. So maybe there's some sort of major thing going on within your life that is finally coming to an end. That may be good or that may be bad. Maybe you will lose your job. Maybe something will shake up your ground. Maybe something that you thought was a good foundation is going to collapse. As you can see here, this person probably wasn't even prepared for the destruction because they are naked, okay? They're absolutely naked. Maybe their house just got destroyed. They just jump right out. So how can we view this in a positive light? Because yes, this is something negative here, but how can we view it positively? Well, if you think about it, if you've built up something and it's been built up in a very false way, in a very, shall we say, in a way where, let's talk about your own personality. If you put on a mask and pretend to be someone else around people, and you've attracted all these friends who know you but don't really know the true you, they just know the persona that you put on. Well, the moment that they know the true you, that's it. You just lost all those friends because they weren't friends with you. You put up an illusion. So it could be something that has been built upon with lies. Either you may have known it or you didn't know it. And now it's going to start crumbling down. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could feel bad though. It can feel very, very bad, okay? But also, be prepared for whatever may happen. All right, so for the middle to the end of the week, what do we have here? The 6 of Swords. Here we go. As you can see here, there is a woman on a boat. She is perhaps moving on from the situation, as you can see. Maybe her tower has got destroyed and now she's moving on. Moving out of stormy waters into calmer ones, exactly. She's moving on from something that happened at the beginning of the week that was devastating. And she's moving on to now calmer waters. Difficult times are now. They're going to calm down and allow you to improve the situation. Because the thing is, whenever we're going through a tough time in our life, a lot of times we're just thinking negatively, like there is no end to this. There's no way out. But things always end up improving. Things always end up getting to a better place. So whatever lesson that's at the beginning of this week, learn the lesson so you can begin to move on and be in that better place. Then for the weekend ahead, let's see what we have here. We have now the 8 of Pentacles. Let's take a look at this. As you can see here, this person is working hard, working diligently. And what's interesting about this can represent apprenticeship, learning opportunities for you to have. And it's very interesting because if we think about it in regards to this reading, learning a new skill, perhaps something that was very dear to you, perhaps it was your career, completely being destroyed. Maybe you're going to get fired. Okay, look, I don't want to wish anything bad on anyone here, but maybe that's something that ends up happening. And it takes you some time to be able to move on. And then this is telling you, maybe there's some new skill for you to learn now. Some sort of major learning opportunity for you ahead that's going to guide you on your true journey ahead. So just ask your true self, does this align with who I truly am? Does this align with my true self? If you're learning something new, think about that. It's time now for you to make this major change. But sometimes major changes don't happen. Well, actually, really, no major changes happen. Unless usually something very negative happens, a destruction of something, and then you taking the time to move on past it. So you don't have to look at this as anything negative. You could feel it very negatively, but always remember that there is always a more positive aspect to this, that you will overcome the challenges and you will learn what appears to be maybe a new skill to allow you to venture forth into a new way in your life that perhaps you never even thought about. That's going to lead you in a much more positive direction. So just think about that and see what unfolds for you, and pay attention and manage your emotions effectively this week.